Hello guys, welcome back to another episode of Elder Scrolls Lore, and today we have actually a bit of a special episode, but before we get into that, I'd like to thank Aries for allowing me to use his music on my channel and on my videos. It's always a pleasure. Feel free to go to HB Productions' channel to check out the podcast I'm now a part of with me, HB and Kuyo of HB Productions, Imperial Knowledge, and occasionally Kukai when he can fit it into his schedule. And we have a new guest every episode, so feel free. We talk about gaming lore, community suggestions, and just topics we overall like to talk about and want to talk about. I also have a Discord chat now, so feel free just to join that in the link in the description below or the channel header. So with that being said, let's start getting to this. Today is a special topic that was recommended by a community member, and the script was actually written by them, and I went through and checked everything to make sure they got everything part of this subject down. They nailed it. They absolutely nailed it. So with that being said, I'd like to give a huge shout out to Nerd Dragon on my Discord chat for suggesting this and then sending in the topic and sending in the script for me. It's a pretty damn interesting topic, and I'm actually really excited, and I think I learned a lot from the overall topic. So with that being said, without further ado, these are the Werecreatures of the Elder Scrolls universe. So, brief lore is that we already know that from my Hercene video that Hercene is the creator and the patron of lycanthropy and all Werecreatures that are in existence in all of the Elder Scrolls universe. They are sent to the hunting grounds, which is Hercene's plane of oblivion upon death, and they are forever to take place in the sport of the hunt. That is Hercene's wild hunt that he goes on once every, it's a certain time period. I do not recall, but it's been a time. But that being said, this is not about Hercene. This is more about the Werecreatures, and the Werecreatures is going to be the meat of this video. We're going to be talking about what Werecreatures we know of, and I think one is a rumor. But that being said, I didn't include any mods in here because those technically aren't. And I only added things that are canon. I only added things that are going to be officially canon or rumored to be canon in that sense. I don't want anything that was from mods that were created by users. Sorry about that. But so basically, the most common referred to Werecreature is the werewolf, and it's the most common among men and mer in general. However, they're not the most common in Skyrim. That is supposed to be the werebears, which is kind of ironic because we do not see any werebears in the Elder Scrolls V Skyrim. So that being said, next we have werebats, and they're found on Valenwood. Sometimes they're said to serve as guardians on some vampire clans, and they're also classified as undead, and please don't mistake them for vampire lords. They are not. So next we have the werebears, and they are largely found on Solstheim and Skyrim, but can also appear in Cyrodiil, High Rock, and Morrowind alike. They're said to be more common in Skyrim. They're supposed to be the most common Werecreature, as I said earlier. However, we do not see them at all. Legend holds that by smearing canis root on trees surrounding your home, it will ward off werebears. Urban legends, man. So next we have the wereboars, and they are found in High Rock and Hammerfell, and they are said to have the strongest bloodlust of any of the Werecreatures, and they're stronger than some of the lycanthropes, which are more directed towards werewolves. So the next one is pretty rare. Next we have the werevultures, and werevultures are said to be found in Valenwood, and it's allegedly stated that only Bosmer can become werevultures. And now we're going to get into this a little bit at the end of the video. We have a little statement about that, but because it's a common misconception, but we'll get more into that later. Just remember I said allegedly. Don't want anyone in the comments. So next we have werelions, and they are found on Cyrodiil, Blackmarsh, and the jungles of Ellisware. Now, similar to the Elder Scrolls Skyrim, although they're said to be the most common creatures of Cyrodiil, we don't see them in Oblivion. It's kind of like how the most common in Skyrim are werebears, and we don't see them. We don't see any werelions in Cyrodiil. So next there is werecrocodiles, and they are found on the isolated swamps on Blackmarsh and southern Morrowind. It is said that they're the most common among Argonians, but this is unknown because they can't affect other races. And the tracks are actually, this is a good fact, this is an interesting fact, the tracks of a normal crocodile look the same as a were-crocodile, so that would be terrifying because you don't know which is what. So this last one is going to be more of a I'm trying to think of the right word for this, speculation. It's rumor. So these are were-sharks, and the reason we know of these is because were-sharks are said to roam the seas, according to Mike the Liar, who is either liar by title, liar by trade, or is the truthfulest man ever and has the worst title in the world. But very little is known about were-sharks, and these kind of lycanthropes can be found mainly on their sad homelands. However, there are some partial accounts found on neighboring provinces as well. So this is going to be some curiosities, some little fun facts about that the author of the script added in addition, so we get to learn a bit more about this. So the term lycanthropy comes from the Greek lykos, meaning wolf, and anthropos, meaning human. It is also a reference to the first werewolf in Greek mythology, Lycaon, who is said to have been cursed by Artemis. But as the term solely refers, it only means werewolf. And so the correct term to a were-creature would be theranthropy. But there is a book in the Elder Scrolls Skyrim called On Lycanthropy, which refers to an in-lore explanation in this semantic mistake. So, quote here, "Because the werewolf is the most ubiquitous of lycanthropes, the term lycanthropy has been used since ancient days to describe disease that transforms men into half-beast, although lycanthrope can only strictly refer, or should strictly refer to men who change into werewolves." Now, that is this is going to lead us into the last part, which is the common misconception we have here. And so the common mistake is that were-creatures are determined by what race you are, and so, or it has some kind of influence of what you become. Say, like, only men and mer couldn't become were-crocodiles, or only Khajiit could become were-lions, or the Argonians can become were-crocodiles. But this simply isn't true. What matters is the kind of were-creature that affects you is basically what you're going to turn into. So an Argonian can have no problem turning into a werebear, for instance, or a Khajiit can be a werevulture. Race does not really play an impact on this, and the best way I could describe this is an example we all know of. So if you play as an Argonian or a Khajiit in the Elder Scrolls V Skyrim, you could still become a werewolf, as you can see. So that being said, that is actually all I have for you today. I would like to again make a huge shout out for Nerd of the Discord chat for sending in the script. It was a pleasure working with you, and you sent in the script. It's always nice to get a little bit of involvement from the community. It's pretty interesting. So if you enjoyed the video, sorry, I really do hope you enjoy it. I spent some time working on it, did 2 takes of it, accidentally deleted the first one. It's kind of depressing. Probably better than this one, honestly. But that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. It was a lot of fun doing it. I learned a lot being able to do it as well, and overall it was just, again, a lot of fun to make, and it's always fun to get the community involved. So if you guys ever want to do something similar to like this, feel free to send me something over Discord and private message me if you want to ever get involved in doing something like this. I'll consider it. I can't guarantee it all the time because of my time schedule and some constraints, so work with me on that and I'll work with you on that in a sense. But if you guys have any topic or recommendations, this was the only recommendation I had in line, as I said in the Dawnstar video. In the video after this, it'll also say that I had one recommendation lined up. It's going to be this video, but this one's coming out first. So, that being said, because I didn't know if I'd get around to this in time. So, that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I had a lot of fun making it. As always, please like and subscribe if you enjoyed, and I hope to see you guys in the next video and in the Discord chat. Peace.